Hello, church family. Today our daily Devo takes us to Numbers chapter 9. In this passage, we see the people of Israel honoring the Passover in the wilderness. And some rules were set in place through the circumstances of this Passover of who can honor it, who should honor it, and what should be done when people do not correctly honor the Passover meal so that God would be honored through it. But where we're going to focus in the passage is the second half, where they talk about the tabernacle. And specifically, it talks about how God sent a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night to rest over the tabernacle to be as a guiding tool for the people of Israel. It says in this passage that when it was time to leave, when God wanted them to go, he would move the cloud from over the tabernacle and send it to where he wanted them to camp out next. And when it moved, they would pack up their stuff and they would go and they would set up camp wherever the cloud settled. But it also went as far as to say that however long the cloud stayed over the tabernacle without moving, that is where the people were called to rest and patiently wait for God's command. The people stayed and went as God commanded. It even said that it could be as long as a day to a month to a year, however long the cloud stayed still. That's how long God wanted them to faithfully wait until his next command. And it just brings me to this idea of patience, of patiently waiting on God. And it brings into my mind, I think we live in a society that is not very patient. We can get whatever we want really quickly. We live in a society that depends a lot on instant gratification, being able to order mobily and very quickly get whatever we want, have quick access to be able to skip lines, to avoid waits, and to get entertainment at the click of a button on our phone right in our hands. We are a society that doesn't like to wait, that isn't very patient. But we see here in this passage that God calls us to wait sometimes. God calls us to be patient. And he wants us to faithfully rest on him in those times of patience. He wants our faith to grow as we rest to see where he'll lead next, where we just trust that even in this uncertainty and even in this time of waiting, even as I'm having to be patient, my God still faithfully cares for me and is looking out for me and has a plan for me. And another verse that I thought could support this message, this idea of patience, is Psalm 40, verses 1 through 5, as David is writing, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me and heard my cry. He brought me out of the pit of destruction, out of the miry clay, and he set my feet upon a rock, making my footsteps firm. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and will trust in the Lord. How blessed is the man who has made the Lord his trust, and has not turned to the proud, nor to those who lapse into falsehood. Many, O Lord my God, are the wonders which you have done, and your thoughts toward us. There is none to compare with you. I would declare and speak of them. They'd be too numerous to count. We see here that David, even in his time, he said he was in the miry clay. He was in destruction. He thought his life was ending, but he said he patiently waited on the Lord to deliver, and the Lord did. And when the Lord delivers us from those times, when the Lord takes us out of those times of patience, when he gives us that next command, when the cloud moves, we can faithfully follow him. And our faith will increase when we wait, and then we see God's payoff in those times where he says, you faithfully waited, now here's my command. You faithfully waited, now here's my provision. I am here for you, and your faith has increased in waiting upon me. David makes it very clear that those who trust on the Lord, those who faithfully wait upon him, will be blessed. He does not leave us in those times of waiting, but sometimes they may go longer than we would like. So, church family, let's have patience and faithfully trust in wherever God is causing us to wait. Have a good day.